News coming out about T-Mobile and their rent payments for their Spectrum licenses, the 2.5 gigahertz type that is their N41 lifeblood. This is from Linda Hardesty, Fierce Wireless. This is quite an interesting read. All right, so sometimes what you got to do is you got to look in the dirt for stuff that you're trying to reveal. And T-Mobile's been trying to keep this stuff on the down low because they want to obviously preserve the really cheap pricing that we assumed they were getting on the spectrum. And we got some details here. Got it dug up. All right. So T-Mobile leases a lot of its 2.5 gigahertz spectrum from religious entities, educational institutions like schools and such. They, because of the previous rules and how they had access to this EBS-BRS spectrum, T-Mobile's had to, through the Sprint process, kind of work through some of this. And they're still leasing the stuff, and it's how they keep their network operational with capacity, really, if you think about it. And there is a reporter for an entity called Religion News where they actually found a tax form from the Christian College of Georgia. This is an institution that actually leases the 2.5 gigahertz spectrum to T-Mobile. And they discovered that T-Mobile pays them $55,000 a year for the lease of 2.5 gigahertz spectrum. Now, I don't know how much spectrum that is, but to me, that seems really cheap, very, very low. Something tells me T-Mobile is more than happy to lease at that price. And if another entity were to get that spectrum access from that Georgia college, they could essentially upcharge T-Mobile, much more. I hear that there are some spectrum licenses in 2.5 where T-Mobile has to pay like $1 million a year or more. So this is clearly something that T-Mobile has not wanted to come out. They did not want people to know. Companies like Verizon and AT&T, as they work through the auction involvement, do they want to get involved and pay top tier pricing for this spectrum? And but T-Mobile has been trying to keep this all under wraps, calling it trade secrets and such. And I get it. They're trying to preserve that pricing. And the less people know, the better for them, T-Mobile in this case. But we do have a Spectrum auction up and coming, Spectrum Auction 108. It's going to be for the white space licenses of the 2.5 gigahertz. And T-Mobile's kind of getting it their way. Uh, the FCC has kind of put it on a silver platter for them to be able to get it at really good pricing and to get all of it if they so choose, which they really should. And I'm kind of glad that they're probably going to end up with all of it because I don't want to see random companies owning this and then leasing it and things get complicated and messy. No other carrier is probably going to want to take white space licenses and put up radio gear for it, right? You got all this like 3.4 gigahertz and 3.7 gigahertz C-band stuff and all that stuff, like you can go national, you can go deep channels with it. There's no reason to go with like bits and pieces of parts of rural America that have it, and you don't have it, national. So I'm kind of glad with some of that stuff, but this goes to show you that uh you know T-Mobile working through a lot of this stuff. I mean, this dates back to some old FCC rules and how they developed this spectrum for who gets to use it and with the educational system and all that. But hopefully this is going to all work out in the long run. But you could clearly see why T-Mobile didn't want any of this getting out. T-Mobile didn't want to disclose, but hey, tax documents, they don't lie. But that's how it gets filed, that's how it gets claimed. This is an interesting read if you guys want to check it out. Good stuff here from Linda Hardesty. But yeah, the auction is up and coming. Now you guys kind of have an idea about why things have played out a certain way. Your thoughts and opinions are welcome down below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Comment down below. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. Links to my Twitter and email and my Patreon page if you want to support us there and get early access to content and exclusive videos not found anywhere else. That's it. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.